A short story presentation by Ojecho Edache titled Solace. Author's note: always try to give value to thyself. No one will do it for you. And in life, when entangled and you realize no one is coming to save you, then try to save yourself. Acknowledgement: I am grateful to God for gifting me this talent of writing. I want to as well express my gratitude to all those that read my works, and also to Philippine Concept for publishing my works online at www.philippine.com. Dedication: this work is dedicated to my ever gracious and strong sister, Regina. She is a rare gem, special and unique. I dedicate it to our next generation so far. Or if you're that, Onyumo, Ebo Jr., Emmanuel, Ochanya, Ame Jr., Beatrice, and Precious. And as always, to my bosom and best friend, my brother by heart, Austin. The story. Dark days are not really darkness enshrouding the earth. Dark days are simply just worst days with ill feelings. Well, I wouldn't say my life was filled with dark days, but if not until I got a dog to be with me, I was just ideally in solitary as just a man feeding pigs to earn a living. Life away from home is killing and hard, and so it was for me. I lived in a small room in a pig farm with 3 fucking long hordes of pigs tending to them. There were nights I missed home, my parents, siblings, and the love at home. But coming here to tend to pigs was just the only way out for me to make something useful out of my life. Life, they say, is messy, so it doesn't need a lazy person to live it. I often listen to night birds keeping the nights, bats, owls, crickets did keep the nights too. But then there were the lords of the night too, the mosquitoes. They never allowed me to watch moonlights and bright gleaming starlight nights without hurling insults on them. But should I have been insulting them? They were just being what they are, and I shouldn't be insulting them for being themselves. Life alone, and as well away from people, was soothing for me. I didn't get to be perturbed by their noises. I enjoyed peace and silence. I got to listen to breezes, what they whispered. I didn't just feel it anymore. I got a dog a year after. Not that I grew tired of my own company, but I needed something to be around, to sit with after each day's work of tending to pigs. I thought of getting a cat, one of the neatest and smartest animals I loved, but I wasn't ready to lose the lizards around, and as well not ready to get rid of the rats that rumbled in my kitchen at nights. So I decided on getting a dog. The decision was just easy for me to make because of the nature of dogs. There is no loving animal as the dog, and that is their nature. They love to the very last. My dog was Zeus. I gave him that name to aspire to be like the god Zeus, and more so to be a god someday. Zeus was the coolest dog I've had so far. He's cute, playful, security conscious, a brute, and he was to me a companion to be with. Nice that he would haul, I'd bring him in from the scariness of the night into the comfort of my room, and he would sleep fondly. I read that at night, dogs have eyes that could see ghosts that creep around haunting the living. So, whenever Zeus howled, I felt ghosts were around to haunt me, but it doesn't scare me. I worked for a boss who was cunning. He used his privilege of being rich to exploit people, not from the rich, but from the poor, for him to gain more. I was paid very little for doing such a tedious work. I was paid just 10,000 naira monthly for tending to 3 long hauls of pigs. I cleaned the horse every morning. I fed the pigs every day. What I was being paid was too small to depend on, but I managed. I got to feed myself and Zeus from my salary, send some amount home for food and tuition fees of my siblings. I didn't complain, but in my mind, I wasn't happy with my pay. I mentioned to my boss for increment in my salary after working for 2 years, and he told me he would consider it. I got pained when I realized how much he spent on his flexing and amounts he dashed people, whilst I, who worked for him, was neglected. It was then it dawned on me that all rich people, if not all, but most, don't help those that work for them to grow, else they might grow and become better, and they might lose them, and they won't find another who may work for them. So they keep you in that cycle, in that level of you always wanting something from them, always depending on them to survive. As I realized that, I decided on leaving. So I talked with Zeus. When Zeus backed at me wagging his tail, I knew he gave me the permission to go ahead with my decision. So I took Zeus to my family house, a new home for him, and I left for Lagos to find something better to do. Thank you for listening.